Good morning, everyone. Beautiful Friday morning. So, I wanted to take this time today for a few minutes to talk about the importance of creativity and artistic expression and why that's important for every human being. And, a lot of times when I say that, artistic expression, creativity, it may conjure up certain definitions or conceptualizations for a person of what that means. And sure, it can be in the conventional sense of being a musician, being a painter, being a writer, things that are stereotypically artistic. And so, yeah, that may be true. My point with this video today is to continue to cultivate those types of things. I think we need those things in schools to teach little kids and adolescents, excuse me, the importance of doing that and tapping into that and encouraging that. There's neurological benefits to learning music, to learning how to draw, learning how to paint, learning how to sculpt. It has so many different neurological benefits to that. For one, it helps to develop the corpus callosum, which is the part of the brain that bridges the left and right hemispheres of the brain. And a strongly developed corpus callosum uh, in bridging the gap between the left and right hemispheres is nothing but beneficial, especially in developing brains and for the duration of our entire lives. So, learning music, learning an instrument, learning how to paint or sculpt or what have you, whatever it might be, those are all beneficial things. But yeah, in addition to that, other people may be, well, I just don't have talent for that. Maybe I've tried, or I have no interest in those things. Okay, fair enough. Our creativity doesn't have to be in the stereotypical sense. It could be in science. It could be in the trades. Okay. I know a lot of people, I grew up around them, that are tradesmen. And I worked as a tradesman for a while, which is not something I'm very talented in. I can maintain some things, fix some little things here and there, but it's certainly not something I'm inherently talented in. And so everyone has their, the things that they're naturally talented in or not, but plumbers, carpenters, um, mechanics, builders of all, whatever. I know plenty of them that are geniuses at it, extremely creative in it, problem solving in those areas, building from the ground up, right? So being able to tap into that for yourself, if that's something that you're inherently really good at, computer programmers, developers, computer scientists, coders, there's a lot of creativity that's involved in that. And that's one of the things, for example, when I work with trades people, um, coders, computer developers, computer scientists, it's one of the things that I really want and I do encourage them to do is to tap into that creative part of themselves because I do see them becoming stagnant. They've expressed to me being stagnant in those fields, but they love it, but they hate where they work because their workplace doesn't encourage that. They're just a cog in the wheel. So yeah, um, there's a lot of ways to be creative and artistic. Writers, I know a lot of scientific writers or technical writers where they do love to write, but again, same principle, they feel stuck, in what they're doing or who they might work for. And to tap into that piece of things, scientists, um, you know, such social scientists such as myself, but other more hard scientists, mathematicians, physicists, um, what have you, uh, also have come to me and expressed to me that they love what they do, but they feel stuck because in the environment that they're in, their workplace that they're in, and feel like they're drowning, so to speak, in it, and really want to uh, branch out in some kind of way. When we're creative, and this ties in back to the neurological, biochemical facet of it, when we're creating something in whatever way that is, like I've illustrated, there are those healthy dopamine hits, natural dopamine hits that come. What I mean by natural, I mean it's coming from within, and then kind of going outward, not from the outside coming in like through whether drugs or alcohol or video games or pornography or whatever it might be, coming from the outside coming in, which is more of an unnatural way to release dopamine, but from the inside out, creating, right? Uh, it's coming from within. And then the creative process, in so doing, whatever we're creating, gives us that, wow, I feel alive. I feel great doing this. I feel like I'm making a difference, whether for myself or anyone else. So these are all very, in my opinion, very essential and necessary parts of existence, part of life, part of living. you know I recently recommended to someone to watch the film Dead Poet Society, with Robin Williams. It's an older film from 1989, and I encourage you all to watch that film. Unfortunately, we know what happened with Robin. He had a lot of issues in his life, and you know, I don't need to go into a whole sidebar about how he ended up, or why that happened. I have a lot of psychological, hypotheses, and theories as to why ultimately he decided to do what he did. But nevertheless, that's a phenomenal film of, you know, where math, science, okay, things of that nature are, engineering, all important parts and necessary parts of our life, but creativity are the things that we live for ultimately. It's what gives us meaning. It is what makes us feel unstuck and alive. So tap into your creative sides, whatever that might be. Try different things, and you know, keep keep pushing with that. Be well, my friends.